Hey guys, welcome back to another flashlight comparison video, and this is going to be a pretty short one. I don't want to talk for too long, but I've got the SP35 here on the right and the SP35T to the left, and I recently got the SP35T. The SP35 was one of the first flashlights that I purchased, probably the third flashlight that I purchased when I started getting back into lights, and I'm going to try to help you decide which one is best for you. And I think we'll go through the main differences, and then I'll tell you which one I would get. So main differences is there is an unregulated driver here in the SP35T versus regulated driver in the SP35. Okay, so when I tested the SP35, what you find is when you've got this light on turbo, it steps down less. So from 2000 lumens, it steps down to about 800 to 1300 lumens. It does have this zigzag pattern. That's why I'm saying it's 800 to 1300 after step down. So it goes down to 800, then goes up and then goes down again. Just really monitors the temperature of the flashlight in order to do that. So that might be good for some of you, but for me, I find that zigzag pattern a little bit annoying. But the good thing is that it doesn't step down as much as the SP35T. So the SP35T will step down to about 4 to 500 lumens. I mean, given, remember, you can also activate that turbo when you need on both, so it's not a complete deal breaker. The issue with unregulated drivers, though, is that you will see a gradual drop off in brightness as the battery voltage decreases. And this won't happen with regulated lights like the SP35 until the very end when the battery is almost completely depleted. So that's the big difference, I guess, with the drivers. Now, the second difference is the throw ratings. So, the SP35T, I measured that at 245 meters of throw, whereas with the SP35, you get 300 plus meters of throw. Okay, so look under the bezel, you can see there, smooth reflector, orange peel reflector, smaller LED and a large LED. Generally speaking, small LEDs with a smooth reflector will throw further. Okay, there is a difference in output as well. So this one's rated, the SP35T is rated at 3800 lumens. So compared to 2000 lumens for the SP35. Now, I wasn't able to verify the 3800 lumens on the SP35T, but I suspect it may be overrated or only achieved with the high draw cell like the Samsung 30T. Okay, now there are also some differences with the interface. So obviously, you can see there's no switch here in the back of the SP35. Got a tail switch, tactical tail switch there for the SP35T, giving you access to turbo. So always goes to turbo when you press that switch. Whereas this one here on the SP35, you're completely dependent on this button here on the side. If you want to get into turbo, you've got to double press. Okay, double press that button there on this side. It doesn't memorize turbo as well. It can memorize the high mode. So for some of you who are using a light for self-defense or really just need that tactical momentary mode, easy access to that turbo, you really can't go past the SP35T with that. Okay, you're never going to run into issues. Whereas this one here, I'd say it's more of a general purpose flashlight. Now, there's also, of course, the size difference. Bit of a size difference there. It's almost a bezel that much the top. So if you want something a little bit smaller to carry around, the SP35 probably be a better option. If you need the extra brightness, don't mind the harsh step down, and you need that tactical functionality, the SP35T. And for me, I'll go for the SP35T because I'm more into tactical flashlights these days. I like having access to 100% turbo. Normally carry around, freshly charged cells in my flashlight anyway. So, the fact that it does step down quite quickly and doesn't have a regulated driver in there isn't a deal breaker for me. But let's have a look at the beam shots and you'll be able to see how these perform side by side. So for an SP35 on the left and SP35T to the right. Okay, so you can already see it's a little bit better up the front. You can see the beam pattern. Okay, the SP35 has a much stronger hotspot compared to the SP35T on the right. Okay, SP35 and the SP35T. But at the moment, the SP35T is producing significantly more light, way more light you know, close to double. You know, it's really just lighten up the foreground completely. It isn't reaching the back of those trees though as well compared to the SP35. You can't beat that smaller SST40 and a smooth reflector. Okay, but you do get a much wider hotspot and just way more overall visibility with the SP35T. You know, for a lot of people, they prefer the extra brightness. Okay, if you really need the extra throw, long range throw, SP35 is pretty good. But what I'm most curious to see is after they both step down, just side by side, what the output's like, because I know around about the 2-minute mark it will start to step down. The SP35T will step down quite heavily, and I'm anticipating the SP35 might be brighter after the step down, and it looks like it's already starting to happen or has happened. So that's the SP35T here now, and to the left the Sofern SP35. So like comparing them both, really the SP35 is producing like way more light, at least double the light of the SP35T after step down. It's been about 2 minutes time, of course, so, and this is just, she stepped down from the turbo, and you know, that's as expected. You know, the SP35 has a buck driver in there, properly regulated output, so you're going to get, you know, you're going to definitely get better sustained output compared to the SP35T. But you know, one thing you can do is of course reactivate the turbo mode on both again, so let's just do that. Okay, there we go, back to business again. SP35, SP35T. I do find that when you reactivate that turbo, the light will step down faster, unless there is a timer. But generally speaking, it does step down faster. It will measure the temperature of the body of the flashlight and realize that it's too hot and immediately step down. And that's what it's doing. So yeah, that's your answer. And you know, it comes down to, I guess, what type of beam profile you prefer. The step down patterns, of course. But that's it.